I watched a video of Sadhguru. I'm not sure how to say his name correctly, but first of all, I've been watching a couple of videos and he's really cool. He's got some pretty cool deep points, practical, commonsensical points like how can people predict the future if they can't predict what's happening in 5-10 minutes. He talks about how having multiple partners and sex, how that actually affects the human body and who you should be within that, meaning it's okay to have multiple partners, but what are you accepting and allowing through that? Because he is considering the metaphysical level as well that's involved, where you transfer memories, you transfer information with other people that you're sharing sexual relations with. But then when it came to the point where a student asks him, what's more important, money or relationships? Love, in other words. And this is where I found he was struggling a little bit, which I found interesting because of all his other deep insights into, for example, sex and just relationships in general. But when it came to him answering what's more important, love or money, I found he was struggling a little bit, so I decided, let me make a video to support him, all right? So the question was very simple, very clear, money or love? Now, there's 2 points that you can go into. First of all, you have to understand that money currently is your most basic need in this world. That's just how it's set up. So you need to make money in this world, even if it's just enough to live. So you need to have a job, a practical way of existing in this world, for having finances, so you can buy food, afford water, electricity, housing, etc. That's a standard for everyone currently who has the privilege to have a job and have an income, to take care of those basic needs so that you don't live in fear and survival. And secondly, when I listened to Sadhguru's answer in relation to love, he went into this whole thing of feeling fuzzy, feeling warm, and feeling a sweetness, so to say, and how that is good and so on. But here I see he completely missed the point, because the point you have to consider with love is that when you experience love, like let's say you meet someone, you see someone, you spend 5-10 minutes with them and you have a feeling of love coming up, the first commonsensical point is that the experience you're having of love is within you, isn't it? And when you experience love, it's not as if that other person threw a ball of energy at you. I mean, they might have even not said anything. They might not even have looked your way, or you might have spent 10, 15, 20 minutes or a day or two together and you generate an energy within you. So the first question you must ask about love is, why is it arising within me? So that means the energy that you're experiencing comes from you, not from the person you're in love with. Therefore, you have to question, what is this experience? Now, I'm going to explain to you. The experience that comes up within you when you fall in love, when you have a love experience with someone, is an experience as a memory that you have of, for example, your parents, your mother or your father, and how they have defined and lived care and intimacy and relationships, the whole definition of relationships towards you. So when you see someone else in this world that has similar characteristics as your parents, you go back into your memories, you bring those memories up, you bring those experiences up, and you fall in love with this other person. So you're actually falling in love again with your mother or your father or whoever took care of you that had that impact on your life. So you're not actually falling in love with that person, you're falling in love with a past experience of what you've had since you were a child. And that energy was generated because of separation. So the parents already raise their children within separation. They don't raise their children as equals. So you are always looking for this experience, and you will always look for love, essentially, because you want to experience that care, that love, that intimacy you had with your parents or your mom or your dad or your uncle or your aunt or whoever took care of you while you were growing up. And so you will actually walk through life scanning and looking for your parents, looking for that caregiver, not actually the person you're seeing. So you're imprinting and projecting this past experience onto another person. You're saying, I'm in love with you. But it's completely fictional. You're completely making it up in your head. That other person, you don't even know them. You haven't spent a year or two with them, so you don't know who they are, but you claim that you love them. Now, within all of this, when you look at what comes first, money or love, very practical question in the current world system, because it is cramping everyone down to mainly focus on money, because money is becoming the object of this world that guides and distracts and rules our lives. So love is second automatically, because without money you're homeless. And who goes out, climbs out of the car and looks at a homeless person and say, I love you, I want to marry you? Has anyone done that? All right. So money and love, money and relationships is the same thing. It's the same thing everyone looks for. So now the point is that once you understand love, and it isn't truly love, what should you be looking for in this world? You should be looking for an agreement, a way to find another human being that you spend time with, and you check who you are, and you make sure you take responsibility for you, and within that, you make sure the other person you are finding, you can make an agreement with to walk this life together, to take care of all the practical points. You know, making money, bringing money in, or however it fits in your reality. One stays home, one doesn't stay home. One works part-time, other one works part-time. You determine that works practical in your position and location, so you can't compare it to anyone else. And within this you have an agreement, and that lasts, because the agreement is verbal. It is within a structure, where love, as we know, changes every single day. Tomorrow someone's in love with you, the next day someone is not in love with you. And that cannot create a stable foundation for a stable life. So you have to find someone with who you can create that stability. And you're not going to find it through, for example, just looking for love. So within listening to Sadhguru and seeing his video on this point, I didn't get a clear answer. So I decided to make this video to give everyone more of a deeper perspective and understanding that when you're looking for love, when you fall in love, that isn't real, because that is coming from, it is inherently an experience that comes up within you, which proves that it's something that was programmed, implanted in you by someone else. And therefore you are simply projecting that onto someone else. And that can cause a lot of problems, because if that projection you're putting onto someone else suddenly doesn't fit the picture anymore, you will not be in love. You'll suddenly be in a hate. You'll suddenly hate love. And you'll be in this polarity game the whole time with the person that you thought you were in love with. And you will have jealousy, you'll have hate, resentment, frustration, anger. So let go of love as you know it. It's all bullshit. If you look at how movies, TV, magazines, newspapers, they don't program you to what love is, that's exactly the trap that they want you to fall for. They want to create a fuzzy feeling that means absolutely nothing in a world that is absolutely physical. And yes, you will, when you fall in love, have a 90% drive of sexuality for your procreation purposes. But that is something you can in agreement establish, verbally say, okay, we're in this together, in this life together, we're going to walk together, the physical points, the money points, and we're going to support and assisting each other within certain needs, which is sexual needs. And it all becomes more stable because it's not run on a airy-fairy feeling that you call love, that changes every single day, or you have to do enormous amount of effort to keep that love in place, and it consumes your life, it consumes your time, and it doesn't work. And that's why you have so much cheating in the world. That's why you have so much males and females addicted to porn, and that is why you have so many people looking for different ways of having relationships, because everything is based on feelings. It's based on looking for that past experience you had or did not have. Let me add that in. Or experience you didn't have. So you actually don't know even what you're looking for, but you're falling in love with anything and everyone. So this is what we have to watch out for. And the best key to make sure that you are looking for a great partner is to apply self-forgiveness on any experience that comes up within you when you see someone or talk to someone. That's your responsibility. It inherently comes from you. It's not given to you by someone else. It's impossible. No one can give you an experience. No one can give you love and you experience it. It all comes up from within you, and you know that. That is a fact. So take responsibility for that. And bring reality together. Not this airy-fairy love thing and reality, because it will consume your reality. And you will suffer in money, you'll suffer in practical living, you'll suffer in raising children, you'll suffer in many areas of your life if you're going to run on love. So keep it physical, keep it real. And yes, money is very important at the moment for everyone in this world. And that's why we have to vote for an equal money system where it's love made practical for all. So everyone can have food, water, shelter, proper education, healthcare, etc. Thank you very much. This is Gyan. Take care. Hope this helped.